Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello, my name is Callista. If you've been here before, welcome back. We are finally doing, or I am doing, the taste test of, or I guess review of tasting the January 2022 Umai Box. Yay! It's March. Yes, I know. I'm so late. I'm trying to catch up. But, we'll get there when we get there, right? So, I got the January Umai Box back in January. There was a couple of things in there that I immediately tried, and there were some things that took me a little bit of time. I wasn't able to fully cook the culinary bonus that was in there, which, let me see. I lost the book. I have no clue where it is. However, don't worry, I have the other ones safe. But let's see, what was oh, so the culinary bonus that came in the January 2022 My Box was the Maloney noodles, which you can cook. There's a whole recipe card in there, which I also don't know where that is, but yes, I haven't been able to cook those. I don't have. I need to find where the ingredient card is, to see what recipe they gave me. Otherwise, you're just going to stay there until I find it. But to review some of the items that were in the January 2022 My Box, you have the Cupsara Udon, you have the animal-free Hakata Ramen, you have the Cupstar Kitsune Udon, the shrimp tempura Soba, and then you had the Kitakata, which I struggled on, the Kitakata spicy ramen, the Kagoshima spice tonkotsu, not tonkatsu, tonkotsu ramen, the Maloney noodles, the Kimko sesame ramen, and the Bonito ochazuke. So if you haven't seen the unboxing for the January 2022 Umai Box, make sure you check out the video, which I'll have the link up there for you to go look at it, because I basically went through everything and was just like, oh, this is really cool, which it is, by the way. I actually had I had fun eating the ramen because I normally don't eat ramen, like it's not in my diet and I don't go out of my way to buy it. However, this time, I've been really excited for the Umai boxes that I've been getting. But I do have some video from some of the ramen that I've eaten. I'll be sure to put that on the screen when we get there. But let's get into it, shall we? So the first one I had is called the Cupsara Udon, and the description is, these are thin, crispy fried noodles in a Chinese-style squid and shrimp-based sea broth loaded with chopped veggies. They're simply irresistible, easy to make, but totally tasty. They're perfect for when you are in the mood to treat yourself. So for this specific ramen, I don't know what I was expecting, but I actually think that I was really excited to try these, and I don't know why. Having ramen for lunch is completely normal, so that's where most of the ramen has been eaten when I've been at work. But the Cupsara Udon, I don't think I was a fan of it. I think the sauce or the soup base was very gravy like. And obviously I prepared it how you're supposed to. Granted, the instructions are in Japanese, but with a little bit of critical thinking, you can figure out how to make it. But yeah, the sauce was kind of a gravy, and I really did taste like the seafood-esque part of the ramen. And there's nothing wrong with seafood. I love seafood, don't get me wrong. But this, I don't know. It was like the gravy ramen taste to it that, I don't know. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't a favorite of mine. Um, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this if I was in Japan, or if I saw it anywhere at like an Asian food, a grocery store, or H Mart, or a meat spot, or anything along those lines. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy that. So next on the list is the animal-free Hakata ramen. Um, next on the list is the Cupstar Kitsune Udon. The description for this, the Cupstar Kitsune Udon is coming your way and this month's great. This thick, chewy noodles goes perfectly well with the bonito-based broth. Also add toppings like tofu, green onions to enjoy it more. I will say that this, the Cupsara, or not the Cupsara, the Cupstar Kitsune Udon was really good. It was actually one of my favorites out of the ramens that I had, and I actually found myself drinking the broth, which normally I don't do because that's where all the sodium is when it comes to the ramen. I try not to drink the broth. I just eat the noodles and vegetables as much as I can and then call it a day. Unfortunately, because yeah, you don't want to consume all that sodium. It's not good for your body. Even though it tastes really good, it's not good for your body. Um, I believe I had this one also at work too. I wasn't able to add anything extra to any of the ramen because it also in the booklets they have like suggestions like, oh, try this with pork, a soft boiled egg and green onions or something like that. They always give suggestions on how you should eat it. Unfortunately, I was not able to do that, but maybe next box I may be able to do that. So next on the list is the shrimp tempura soba. The description for that is, did you know noodles are made from buckwheat flour, which makes it a healthier option when eating noodles? Try the shrimp tempura soba coming in the this month's box. So y'all, honestly, it was okay. I am a huge fan of shrimp. That's like I guess one of my favorite seafood options because I don't like lobster. I also don't like crab. You can taste the sea in them. Anyway, this wasn't that bad. It did have the broth that it was in, which I believe it's mackerel broth. There was also like tiny shrimp in there as well, which is actually it was good. It was good. But this one, I don't know. I don't think I liked it as much as I thought I was going to because I remember saying, I want soba. I want soba. And so there was soba in this box, but I don't think I really liked this one. I don't know if it was the combination of like the seafood and the mackerel. Mackerel is fish, so you have the extra fishy broth. Well, I don't think mackerel is like super fishy, but the mackerel broth, and then you had the shrimp or the ebi, and then you had the the noodles. And I'm just like, I don't know. So high on my list is the Cupstar Kitsune Udon Ramen. That's my favorite. Okay, so next. Next on the list is the Kimko Food Sesame Ramen. This ramen may be the healthier kind, but the sesame broth sure still packs a punch. They're great on their own, but we recommend that you go wild with toppings, which I mentioned that in the Japan, or not Japan crate, but the Umai Box, they recommend different recipes and different toppings to add on to with your ramen. I just eat it plain because also I'm kind of lazy. Um, but this specific ramen is actually really good. I love sesame, so like sesame seeds, sesame oil on food, massage. Yeah, I like all of that. So I really did like this. The bonito, or not the bonito, but the sesame broth was really flavorful. It was savory. It actually wasn't very salty. However, I still did not consume the broth. I try not to do that because there's a lot of sodium in there. That's a reoccurring thing. There's a lot of sodium, so make sure you drink a lot of water after eating this. But this is also one of my favorite ramen, so that's like number 2 on the list for me. Next is the Kitakata spicy ramen. I've said a few times that they say things are spicy in Japan, but they're not actually spicy. The level of spiciness in Japan is, I don't want to say inconsistent, but you know, spicy to me is not spicy to someone else, and vice versa. But anyway, the ramen was good. It wasn't that hot, and that's a lot because I like spicy food, but then I don't like the spicy food where it has like your nose running into your food and you're sniffing as you're trying to eat, and then you know inhale some of the spice, and then you're in a whole other problem. So but yeah, this specific ramen was not spicy at all. The noodles were okay, and I also feel that I may have watered it down a little bit, not on purpose. Also, I was eyeballing a lot of the water for the ramen because this isn't like the instant ramen bowls. This is something that you have to cook for, I guess, in a pot. Yeah. Anyway, um, it was all right. This isn't something I'll go on my way to get. Next on the list is the Kagoshima Spice Tonkotsu Ramen. Again, spice wasn't spicy. However, I believe that this was a lot better than the Kitakata spicy ramen. Like there was spice in it. Like I want to say I felt myself sweating. It was warm. It was warm. Because I'm a wuss when it comes to spice, but anyway. However, this isn't something I would go out of my way to get. Like if I were to go to an Asian food grocery store or anything like that. But I think one of the best parts about this ramen was the broth itself. Just put don't drink the broth. I mean, obviously you can drink some of it, but just not all of it, and also drink a lot of water. But I think it was pork, the pork bone broth that like really made this. Like it was so good. Like if I had a couple of friends and they took me to a restaurant that you know sold this ramen or made this ramen fresh or what have you, I would eat it. I wouldn't say no. I would eat it. But then who would say no to ramen unless it's like udon noodles? Because I don't like the thick traditional udon noodles. They're too thick. I don't want to choke on a noodle. But anyway, this was good. So out of the ramen in the January box, let's just round it up. Da 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 da. The Cupstar Kitsune Udon is number 1 on my list. And then the Kagoshima Spiced Tonkotsu Ramen. And then the Kimko Food Sesame Ramen. Those 3 were like my top favorite out of the January Umai Box. I guess you could put the Ochazuke on there. I need to try it again. Like I said, I think I put too much on it and so it was too salty. So we'll try that again. Even though I only have like 3 that were like my top favorites, which I mean this was my first box, so this was all an experiment for me, which turned out very well. I'm excited for the upcoming boxes that's coming, or that I already have, or that's coming. So I have February already. I've already started going through that, and I also have March as well. There was a delay in the February box, so I have 2 of my boxes to go through, and that are slowly piling up next to me, and the copious amounts of ramen that I now have that I'll need to figure out what to do with. But I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I'll be doing more as well as additional content, not just in my boxes. I'm all over the place. You'll see. You'll see. But if y'all like what y'all saw, be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and you can even share with your friends. However, this is all not mandatory, but I would greatly appreciate it if you did. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!